Before any of your students gets in the water, 3 things have to be right: the waiver, the medical, and, for anyone under 18, a parent or guardian. This is how you work through all of that in ISC Diver, and what the app stops you doing if something's missing. An open water sign-off comes down to 4 requirements: the waiver, signed by the student or by their guardian if they're under 18. The medical questionnaire, either cleared automatically or flagged for a doctor's clearance. The knowledge side, quizzes and the final exam. And the skills, signed off in the water by you. This video covers the first 2. The exams and the skills sign-off are in the next one. Start on the Students tab. There are 3 ways to find people, and the first is by date. The calendar puts a dot on every day you're running a course. Tap the date, then tap the course. And here's the one bit of housekeeping worth getting right. Always give a course a start date. That date is what groups your students into a class. Without it, they're just individuals in a list. Schedule view is the same courses as a running list, newest first. It's quicker when you know roughly when a course ran, but not the exact day. And A to Z searches every student your centre has, by name, across all of their courses, with filters for in-training or already certified. This is also where a student ends up if their course has no start date. They never land in a class, so the only way to find them is by name. Once you're in the course, this is the whole cohort in one view. Each student has the same row of requirements: waiver, medical, quiz, exam, skills, documents, and dive log. Green means it's done, red means it's still on your list. So before you've opened anything, you already know where the class stands. Top right, download. That pulls the entire course down for offline use. Every student, every requirement. Do that before you leave the shop, and the whole thing keeps working on the boat, at the quarry, anywhere with no signal. And this little icon on the right of each student's row is the bookmark. Worth knowing about because most people never notice it. Bookmarking a student pins them to your dashboard, downloads them, and subscribes you to them. You'll get a notification when they sign their waiver, when they submit their medical, when they complete an exam, when they acknowledge the questions they got wrong, when a skill gets signed off, when they upload a document, and when they log a dive. Those go to the assigned instructor and to anyone who's bookmarked that student, so the course comes to you instead of you going looking for it. If you ever see a padlock there instead of a bookmark, that means you're not qualified to certify that particular course. Next to the search box, there's a filter and a refresh. The filter is by instructor. All students, the ones assigned to me, or the ones nobody's picked up yet. On a course with 20 students, filtering down to your own is the difference between a list and an actual job. And refresh repulls the class if a student's just finished something on their phone. On each student, you've got 2 buttons. View record is everything on file for that person, their whole training record, ready to print or save as a PDF. Manage training is where you change the details of their course. Now this one matters because people miss it constantly. The action menu sits right at the bottom of the screen underneath the student list. So if you're scrolling through students, you'll go straight past it. Everything you actually do on a course is behind that button. Tap it, and here's the whole course. Student list. Assign instructors. Course photos and resources. Then review and sign off. Waivers, medicals, and documents. And keep scrolling, and you've got issue exams, the incorrect answers for counselling, skills sign-off, and sharing dives. Every single requirement has its place in here, and each one works for one student or for the whole class. Assigning is in there too. Assign instructors is where you put each student with the instructor responsible for them. And that's what makes the Assign to Me filter we just looked at actually filter to something. So let's start with waivers. Here's the thing worth knowing. When an adult signs their waiver, It's verified automatically. Anna, Diego, and Marcus have all dropped straight into the verified list without you touching anything. What's sitting at the top, under Needs Review, is the only bit that actually needs an instructor. And that's Chloe, who's 16. A minor can't waive on their own behalf, so her record reads, Parental consent required. Notice the tick box is disabled. You physically cannot verify her waiver until the signed parental waiver is uploaded. Tap the upload icon on her row and you can add it yourself, straight from a photo or a PDF, if the parent hands you one on the day. Then open it, read the guardian's signature, and only then verify. Medicals work the same way, with one big difference. If a student answers no to everything, the system verifies the medical itself. Anna, Chloe, and Diego are all sitting under System Verified, Auto-Verified, no flags. You never had to look at them. But Marcus answered yes to one question. One yes is enough. His record now says a medical clearance document is required. And again, that tick box is disabled. No clearance, no verification. And without a verified medical, he can't be certified at the end of the course. If he brings a signed clearance from his doctor, you can upload it for him right here and then verify. So what's really going on here is that the app is protecting you. A minor can never waive for themselves. A yes on the medical can never slip through without a doctor's clearance. Every sign-off records who did it and when. And the clean ones clear themselves, so the only records you ever open are the exceptions. In the next video, we'll pick it up from there. Issuing exams, reviewing the questions they got wrong, signing off skills, and certifying the diver.